Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error. The art of leadership is delegation. That information is not available. This constitutes all available data.
You know what they say, no good deed goes unpunished.
Welcome. Welcome to number 13, 7-band HF antenna switcher. So number 13, SO239s, testing the continuity. Okay, that's an actual picture of the thing. Of course the SO239s turned up. Had to make new chassis clamps or chassis structures. Okay, so anyway, let's just have a quick look at it. So we've got this thing here with a stepper motor built on. I went ahead on after the last stream and made the plastic and the spacer, and I fitted all the things to it. Put the lid on, and we've got a switchy action. The only thing that worries me is it's possible to switch between, that's the one position and up, but you can switch like that halfway. This is tight at the minute, so I need to find a sprung loaded way of making it so you can't really sit anywhere other than in the right position, even though it's stepper motor driven. Plus the spacing of the shaft is not 100%. The ball bearings are quite tight in there, so now I've gone ahead and milled out aluminium, black anodized aluminium. Right, so there's no give in it where the plastic would give, so now I've got to optimize the spacing between the ball bearings and the plastic and somehow make them more flexible. So I'm going to do that next, and once we've got that switching nicely, we can wire up the incomer to the copper strip and then see if we've got continuity. So that's the sort of thing, and believe it or not, there's a use for this as well. Now if I bring up the lollipop stick, this is the 7-band HF antenna lollipop stick. Now this will actually fit in here, it'll actually go in here if you want it to. So you could switch individual antennas, but if they're on a driven plate, the RF will find their own frequency anyway. But if you wanted to put it in so you could individually test each antenna, maybe you could. Anyway, that's just an idea I had earlier. Another idea. So anyway, so let's get on with making this structure, this shaft, a little bit better idea. It's not ideally switching. It switches, but it's a bit too, you know, something or other. So I'm gonna have a look at. I'll show you on the model what I had to do. I had to modify the chassis plastic or chassis clamps to fit the SO239s. The one I measured is different to the one that I ordered. So anyway, let's get back over to the model and have a look. Okay. So Didn't do a live stream last night. Got home and I was very tired. Anyway, so I put all this together the night before, after the print. They actually turned up Sunday night, these SO239s did. Got delivery Sunday night. Don't ask me how, but they dropped them off Sunday evening. Anyway, so I had to redesign the chassis here. So I made another one again. I printed it out in silver this time. So I had to alter the spacing and make it slightly higher to fit the actual SO239. So it actually sits their level now. And yeah. So I went ahead and set the spacing on this particular unit. I had to make it slightly bigger, just to avoid this shaft of the stepper motor from going too high up the shaft. So you can see that if we hide these. So that's the end of the stepper motor shaft there, that's the inset. So what I need to do now, because I've got aluminium here, 1.2mm anodised aluminium, also open these holes up. I've got to increase the space here now and possibly make these a little bit more articulate. With these being fastened, they're not able to independently articulate. So what I could do with them, splitting this up into 4 arms, so they each individually can ride up over to take some of the material out. So to that end we'll do that, and then I need to give it a little bit more clearance. Somehow I've got not enough clearance. Now it is trial and error. I'll tell you what would be nice, if this was adjustable. Wouldn't that be good if you could, that was on a screw and you could screw it down and up, but then you'd have to lock it. So anyway, we just need to find that happy spacing. It's just a bit too tight as it is at the minute. There's no grease on it. Possibly if you greased it, it would be okay. And I haven't connected the stepper motor, and as it is at the minute, it might see it as a jam when you try to operate it. So what I could do is wire up the stepper motor driver circuit off the RFID coin dispenser and see if it'll turn. I suppose we could do that. So we might think about that, but what I'm going to do is redesign this shaft for now. So we'll redesign this shaft. I probably either need to make them slightly weaker so they got more chance of flexing. We'll try that first. We'll leave it where it is, but we'll chop up the circle into 4, I think, into 4 arms, struts. So what we'll do, I'll go into this, see if I can do that to it. So I'll put that there like that, and we'll go so I think I'll go like that, or like that. Is that halfway? So I'll try that now. It needs to be whole. So not quite sure. So I think if I can come like that, go to there. Let's try going to there. I've got to make sure whatever I do, it's okay with the one next to it. Alright, let's just have a look at that. So that's not too bad. I've got to make sure. No, it won't allow us to go that way. Oh, it will if I do it a different way. So if I go like that to like that, is that in the right position? I think it is. So basically got to make this slightly different. I don't need that anymore. Let's keep going round. Let's keep going round. Keep it the same. Keep it the same. Just make sure I'm not going wild on it. Alright, let's keep this going. Is it that one? Oops, got a mistake there. Is that the same? It looks the same. So then one more. Okay, what's that like? So that's what we've got. A bit of a weirdness going on. They're a bit like arms. Okay, so what we need to do now is lose these bits. Oh, hang on. Before I do that, I've got to add these. Right, how do I do that? Yeah, I've got to, hang on, before I do that, I've got to sort this out. Yeah, so we could just lose those pieces. Lose these bits. Yeah, lose those. Right, so we can get rid of these bits now. Or we can't because I've got to make it part of the shaft model. So I need to just take them off a minute. Right, so cut them out and paste them in place. We should be able to take that off now. So take these off. I'm just trying to make these independently flexible. I might have to put a spline on it. Right, so we've got this bit going on now. So what I'm thinking, these will be more flexible. Should be more flexible. Now whether I put a strut or leave them like that. I think we'll leave them like that. So I need to print that again. And to tell the truth, we don't need the corners, so we might as well. Tell you what we'll do, we'll grab that. That, and that, and measure that. 1.5 mil. We'll move, copy them up 1.5 mil. And we should be able to then. Right, so we want that. We want to be able to. I need to bring the arms down either to there. Or could it go straight off the side? Let's go to there. Maybe like that, halfway. Right, is that halfway? Yeah. Okay. And again. Oh. No, that's not going to work, is it? No, it needs to go to that corner. Let's undo that. So it needs to go. It needs to go to the corner, really. There. So from there to the corner, from there to to the corner.
Hotel Alpha 3, Hotel Oscar 59.
And we need to alter that one.
Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha.
So we'll go to the corner. Go there to the corner.
Ok, 89 Papa Hotel Uniform 59, grazie.
And there to the corner.
5 November Golf, repite.
Just do this one.
Italia Uniform 5 November Golf Foxtrot 59.
Okay. So we've got that, and we can lose that, and the other bit. Okay, now we should be able to bring that down to there like that. Okay, so we've got that, and we should be able to then... Oh, we've lost our base. We've lost the base plastic for some reason. Can we get it back if I just put that there?
Foxtrot Echo again. Papa Echo 1, Foxtrot Radio Echo 59. Good luck, you are set.
Right. So we've got it back there. So these could break off here, so we need to take away some of the strength, then we've got to put a bit back maybe. Put a bit back.
6 Kilo United again.
We could just make them a bit thicker. So we've got 1.5 mil. Or we try it. Can I smooth this out?
Delta Lima 3, Roger.
Somewhat.
73, Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha.
Can I get rid of that? Yes. Okay.
Lima Victor November again.
So we managed to get rid of a few of the lines.
Sierra Quebec 3, Lima Victor November 59.
Okay.
73, QRZ.
Alright. So the ball bearings go in there.
Sierra Papa 3, Victor Sugar Tango 59.
Let's, I think I'll make it a little bit bigger. We'll go up 0.25, not a lot.
Again?
Oops.
Kilo Papa Sierra again.
Who's that? Why am I getting a message? Okay. So we've got given a little bit thickness. Now what I wanted to do, give me a second.
Papa Delta 1, Papa
Yep,
Delta
no
1.
peace for the wicked. Never mind.
Papa Delta 1, Echo Mike Tango
Be a good
59.
person, otherwise you'll get no peace.
Good luck, thank you. Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha.
Right, let's turn the heater off. It's getting warm in here. Right, where did I get to? Oh yeah, this thing. Right, so yeah, we're going to go for that now. I think it was too tight. Not sure. By me getting rid of some material, putting a bit there. I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll go up a tiny bit. We'll go up a tiny bit, so I'm going to grab that. I'm going to actually move that up a very tiny bit. So I'm going to move it up 0.25. That's it. Now I need to go in and zoom into this model. See if there's a surface in there. We don't want a surface. So the only way to do that is to see, go inside it. I think I can do X-ray.
Italia Kilo 8, Italia Kilo 8.
Right.
Italia Kilo 8, Sierra Victor Quebec 59.
There's something there that shouldn't be there.
Italia Kilo 7.
That shouldn't be there, should it? Right, so we've got, yeah, we've got nothing there. That's right. It's all be part of that model. That looks good.
Whiskey Alpha.
Okay, we'll give that a go.
Papa Alpha 3, Delta Papa 59.
Yeah, no, well, let's try that out.
73, another Papa Alpha.
Okay, so we'll print that again.
Yourself, Papa Alpha 3, Golf Quebec, Mexico 59, thank you.
Let's see if we can get rid of any smoothing.
Delta Lima 5, Yankee again.
Right, we'll print another one of those shafts. Gonna end up with a few of these shafts.
Delta Lima 5, Yankee Delta
Antenna
Delta
switcher shaft with copper strip. There it is.
Delta Kilo 9, Delta Kilo 9. Delta Kilo 9, Alpha Tango 59.
Okay, let's go on to Bamboo Lab.
Sierra 73, thank you. Papa Delta 0, Victor Sierra again.
File, new project.
Romeo Victor
Import.
Sierra 59.
Antenna shaft.
Sierra 73, thank you. Sierra Quebec 8.
Antenna shaft
Quebec
copper
Tango
strip.
again.
That should be today's
Sierra
date.
Quebec again.
Yeah.
Sierra Quebec
So we
again.
want it in white. Could be white or silver.
Sierra 57, Ontario 59.
I'll keep it in white.
Good luck,
Don't know
thank
why.
you. Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha.
Right, let's keep it in white. Let's print that out. Now it's going to complain. It wants some support material, so let's put support material on it.
Italia Whiskey 9, Radio Whiskey Alpha.
Okay, slice it up.
Okay, Foto
Okay,
Romeo Alpha 59, grazie.
right, let's print that out.
Delta Lima again.
Okay,
Delta Lima again.
so we're going to print that new shaft out. We have to do incremental
Delta
changes
Kilo 2,
to try and improve the
Delta Papa
clicking.
Sierra. Delta Kilo 2, Kilo Papa Sierra 59, thank you. Papa Yankee Oscar complete. Italia Uniform 6, Papa Yankee Oscar 59, grazie. Kilo Victor Zulu again.
Right, so we'll let that run for a bit. Now, what I'm trying to work out now, I need. Let's put the SO239s on. So we've got the whole transition from there to there when we turn it. Can we just grab that? Yeah. So if
Mike Canada again.
So if I just turn that now.
Papa Echo 1, Mike
So we've got
59.
the transition there.
Thanks, you are it.
Now, when it goes from that hole
Italia Whiskey
to the
Nova
next
Foxtrot
one,
Radio Alpha 59.
like that, to there,
Ciao, QRZ.
that's quite a long way to move.
Echo Alpha 4, Echo Quebec.
And what I need is I
59.
need this to be able to ride up, and if you don't go over the peak, it'll snap back to there, and if you go over the centre peak, it'll snap to there.
One Tango Radio again.
So you can't leave it in that position. That's probably a big ask. But it needs to, unless it goes over a peak.
Tango Radio again.
Well, basically, if you used to be able to balance it right in the middle, and you try hard, then it might stay. But if you don't go all the way up, it's got to come back, and to go over the peak, it's got to then fall into position there. So now that ball bearing is not going to do it.
Okay, thank you very much. 59.
Because if you've got your ball bearing rides out of this along here and into that trough,
Golf X-ray again.
but there's a position where the ball can sit on top.
Golf X-ray complete.
So that is the problem. So I need it to
Italia Whiskey Otto Charlie Golf X-ray.
almost, you need these ball bearing holes right near the shaft.
Yankee Tango 1, Yankee Tango
I've already
1.
milled this out now, but I could mill out a.
Yankee Tango 1.
Anyway,
Juliet
I'll try
Tango.
an incremental changes. So I've gone
I
ahead
call
and
in Yankee Tango 1.
coloured
Yankee Tango 1, Juliet
the
1.
income are green and the rest are red.
Yankee Tango 1,
So I've got to solder that with a coiled up wire to the back of here, and then we've got to be able to adjust this in and out and switch it so it rides, so that rides over top of the SO239, so it just rides over it. That's showing a little bit high there, but yeah. So let's open it up. Just undo, rotate, right. So chassis clamps on. So anyway, we'll print this out, we'll try that, incremental changes. That's going to take a little while to do. It's doing cleaning the nozzle.
India Quebec 8 again.
Right, so I wanted to do some continuity checks, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. While that's doing that, I'm going to take off the lid. Black anodised aluminium, black anodised aluminium underneath, and you've got plastic, and then the stepper motor. So I need to take this off and do something with the contact strip. So I'm just going to lever the selector knob off. Right, so I've got the selector knob off, and as you drive shaft, turn it stiff. So it's not nice. That's why I printed the shaft out again. So I'll get take the screws off the top. You can't see this, but never mind. So I've not put any grease in on purpose. I need to get it to work as best as it can without the grease. Tiny bit of grease just to make it switch that bit nicer. So it switched better when it was plastic, but now I've made it aluminium anodised. So that's the metal plate I milled out. It's anodised one side. So you could, if you want, laser engrave the anodise and put some writing on it if you need to. So the inside's looking like this at the minute. I can just temporarily put the knob back on. Now there's nothing holding the bearing and shaft down, so when you turn it, you can see I can do it a little bit. I can't work out how to switch it without. So the copper strip's touching the. It's actually touching the. Yeah. It's touching on the. Hang on, go back the other way. So it's touching, it's got a bit of leeway there. So what I'm going to do is just get the multimeter on it. Multimeter will test continuity. I haven't soldered a wire onto the incomer yet, so I need to do that. Alright, let's just test continuity. I'll find somewhere to put the meter. Hang on, dangerous to put it there. Right, so continuity, so we're going to go from the SO239 to the back of the copper strip. So we've got continuity, 0 ohms. Now I'm going to wobble it off. You can't see this. Yeah, so it's off at 4 mil one way, 4 mil the other way. 0 ohms continuity. So we have got continuity. So that actually works, believe it or not. It works. So all I did was move it from there to there, and it's continuity there, there and there. So, and the reason you got a bit of play is because the strip is actually riding over the cam, over the roundness of the SO239 connector. So I suppose the ultimate test would be to wire a 24 volt or 12 volt bulb up, drive some power through it, and then turn it and see if you get the same brightness all the way through. But it is a relay contact off a relay, so it's designed for that purpose. Now this is still a bit grindy, this. I don't know why it's so grindy. Why is that so grindy? The only thing I can think of is it's too far down on the stepper motor shaft. That's what's holding this in. So effectively you can turn it upside down because the shaft has got it. So the shaft has pushed right into it and it's pushing it too far down. So it might not be the bulb bearings. Well, it would be, so I need to free it somewhat. Yeah, I need to free it. I need to probably back the. I've got to make another. I'm making another shaft, so we'll put that one on. But what I've got to do is not push it so far down. You see. I think the shoulder of the shaft. It's flat level with that, isn't it? Yeah. So I could have done with altering that a little bit before I started printing it, but it's probably too late now. It started printing it. But I have brought, I've brought the shot. I've brought the what's it up. I've redesigned these, and I brought them up a tiny bit to free the ball bearings. So what's happening now? That shaft, the stepper motor shaft. If I go stepper motor shaft here. Yeah, the stepper motor shaft is actually pushed into this plastic, and I've pushed it right down, and because it grabs very tightly, it's holding it down on the bearings. So the next one I've printed, well, that's just the new one. The old one's down a bit, so I'll give it a little tiny bit of relief and made it thicker, sprung loaded. So we'll wait for this one to print, finish that off, put that in, and hopefully when we replaced it on here, change this, hopefully it'll be a nice, because at the minute the plastic is so far down, it's pushing the bearings and it's not allowing to roll. So we'll wait for this one to print out, So, tell you what I can do. I can't solder that onto there yet, onto the strip, because I've got to pull the strip out in order to push it through the next shaft. But what I can do is solder the strip on the incomer. I can choose the incomer and put. I need it to be the same as the model, really. Let's have a look. Alright, so let's find out which is the. Right, that's the default position. No. Yeah, that's the incomer. So with the. Yeah, so that's going to be our incomer there. Right, so I need to solder a wire on that long enough to wrap around here, and then solder onto that. So you've got to be able to turn it without taking all the tension. It needs to be like a sprung, really. So as you turn, it wraps up. And then wraps back again. So that's a bit of an ask. So we're going to go round. Going to go round there.
Okay, 59 también, gracias. Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha.
Going to go round there. So we've got to start from one put position, say there. We've got to go. Well, start from there. We've got to go all the way round to there. So that's your incomer, so that doesn't count. So then you go there. Now that's the incomer. So we start from there, and we've got to go all the way around to there. So the wire's got to be long enough to stretch around to there. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We've decided what the incomer's going to be. So I need to take that socket out a minute. So I'm going to take the socket out, the incomer socket. I'm going to do that. Let's move the strip away from it. And I'll solder a piece of wire. Now the wire needs to stay flexible enough to not snap off and be able to go around the shaft. Right, so I got the top bolt off. You can't see this. Probably be better if I had the camera watching all this, but I could do, but anyway. Right. Anyway, I printed it with silver ABS and it's come out okay. Alright, so that's the nuts gone. So I've undone this one, so I can push this one out. That's it, so that one's out. Let's get that bugger out of there. Come on. Easier said than done when you got, yeah, it actually might not come out. Is it going to come out? Yeah, just about got it. Just about got it out, right. So I'm going to solder a wire on there now. I don't know what kind of wire to use, so let's get the soldering iron on. Let's get the soldering iron on. Put the soldering iron on, and we want a bit of wire, some cutters. Some cutters and some wire. So let that warm up a bit. Got some snips now. We want some kind of wire that's flexible but thick enough to conduct. I've got a bit of red. Looks too thin. That's too thin. I've got some black that's quite thick. Solid core stuff. Right. Let's try and get a bit of that. Not sure what's going to happen if you
Echo Alpha 8, Bravo Romeo.
let's cut a bit of that off.
Romeo, 59, Roger.
So I've got a bit of black cable.
Gracias, Echo Alpha 7,
Solid
Alpha
core.
7.
Nice for a conductor, but it's got to be able to rotate and then unrotate. It's going to snap off, and if it does that, if it keeps doing that, it's just going to snap, so that's no good. I've got to have something nice and flexible. See what else we got. Speaker wire, people use, don't they? Speaker wire. I'm sure I got some speaker wire. What did I do with it?
Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha. Echo Guatemala 3, Whiskey
Speaker wire. Got some nice flexible speaker wire somewhere. Give me a second, I've got to go down here and have a look.
Hotel Sierra Romeo,
Yeah, so I should have some speaker wire. Hold on a second.
Hotel Sierra Radio.
Right, I'm back. I've retrieved some of this speaker wire, 14 gauge. So maybe that's why they use speaker wire. Right, let's have a look. Let's get a bit of this speaker wire. Cut a bit. Thick stuff, yeah, it is thick stuff. Right, so I'll tell you what, let's cut a bit of that off. That's nice and flexible, yeah, look at that. So I'm not sure how much I need, so I'll have to cut a bit more than I need and waste a bit. So that should do it. Right, so that came in handy, that bit of speaker wire.
9 Alpha 3, 9 Alpha 3.
Right, let's strip that back enough to solder into that SO239.
India Echo Romeo again.
Let's get some solder.
India Echo Romeo, maybe Delta Lima again.
Right, so got some solder on the go. Let's strip a bit of this. Alright, let's try and strip it. I want a little bit to go inside the SO239. There you go, look at that, these are beautiful then, aren't they? Alright, let's twist it the same way as the twist, which is that way. So hopefully we can tin this wire. Let's see if it'll fit into the end. Does it fit in? Yeah, fits in alright, look. Fits in nice. Right, so I'll solder that in, yeah, why not?
4 Oscar 59.
Right, so I need to solder that without overheating it. The wire is just the right diameter, but with the solder it might struggle. So it's going to be a struggle. It's quite thick, that is. But that's what we want. So do I tin it first, or do I put it in and then just solder it? Then with the heat might then melt this. Don't know. Right, let's just give it a go. Yeah, I'm going to have to solder it. Alright, let's just solder it in there. I'll have to go over this side because there's no room. The lead doesn't reach.
Echo Alpha 7, Bravo Kilo.
So we've got to solder, put a
Echo
solder
Alpha
in the
2,
end.
Bravo Kilo, 5-9. Gracias, 7-3. Echo Go 3, Whiskey Alpha. 9 Alfa 2, kilómetro Italia.
It's not taken to it.
5-9, gracias, 7-3.
They're not the best connectors, they're cheap.
Sierra Papa, Sierra Papa. Sierra Papa 9,
Is it
Echo
starting to go?
India.
Yeah, it's starting to go.
Sierra
Put a
Papa
bit
9,
more,
Echo
bit
India,
more
59.
solder.
Echo Go 3, Whiskey Alpha.
Okay, that's alright. Now I need to tin the wire. I'll probably untwist the wire a bit to get it thinner. Let's tin the wire.
Victor Yankee again. Ok, buenas noches, Echo Alpha 6, Victor Yankee.
Alright, let's tin that wire.
Ok, gracias, para la frontera. Italia
Okay.
4, Victor Romeo, Foxtrot,
Alright, let's try and push it in.
Ciao, QRZ.
So I want something to hold that still. Some pliers.
Sierra Victor.
Pliers to hold that still, like that. It needs to hold it on an angle. Not easy.
Good luck, Echo Go 3, Whiskey Alpha.
Got all sorts of helping hands here, but yeah. No, it's not going to work, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll fasten the soldering iron. No, we won't. I don't know. I need 3 hands. How can I get 3 hands out of this? Right. 3 hands. Oh, that might do it. Alright, let's put the solder there on top. And like that. Let's get the connector heated up.
Echo Alpha 9, Alpha Charlie Romeo, 5-9.
The connector's heated up.
Echo Alpha 1.
Again.
Echo Alpha 1, repite. Sierra Victor, you are not Echo Alpha 1. Echo Alpha 1, repite.
Right, so, oh really? It's not very good. So I'm going to hold it like that.
Okay, 5-9, gracias. Echo Go 3, Whiskey Alpha.
I've got to put some force on it.
7, Radio Oscar again.
Right.
757, Radio Oscar.
Okay, that's better. Right, that's done. Just turn the iron off a bit. I'll leave that there.
Bravo Delta again.
Right. So we've got the SO239 with the soldered on it.
Gracias, ciao.
Yeah. So that's ready to go back in. Right, I'll put that back in now. So I'm just going to put the SO239 with the wire on it, the incomer, back in. If I can get it in. Now with the wire on it. That's an if. A big if. Right, so it's a bit of an if. Actually, will I be able to get that out with that in there? No. Tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that out for a bit because that shaft's got to come out of there, and with the wire soldered on there's not enough flex on it to, because the solder's gone up the wire, so that's as far as I can bend it, so I won't be able to get the shaft out. So I'll put that in at the end. Right, let's move a few tools. See how the printing's getting on. Oh, look! Disasteros! Disasteros. Right. That's what happens if you don't keep an eye on it. It's not stuck. My own fault. I should have gone and cleaned the bed with some isopropyl alcohol. Right, give me a second while I go and
Okay, Delta Mike
rescue
Sierra,
that.
509.
Right. Okay. We stopped it, so we'll have to restart it. Print the plate again. Yeah, it does that maybe because it's cold and it's the first print and I didn't clean the bed, so it didn't stick very good to it for whatever reason. So we'll let that go and have to keep an eye on that. It does it now and again, very now and again. It's like I should buy some more plates, heat plates, sorry, beds, the plate, or keep it clean. Right, so we'll carry on with that. Okay, so what else we got going on? Yeah, this plate was milled out of anodised aluminium, and I just touched it up with the took the burrs off and that. So, but did it out of metal because I need to get the exact sizes for the spacing for the click. I can't do that with plastic; it's too flexible. So, anyway, so the idea of this. Actually, the new one I'll be able to get the shaft out because this is a circle, the shaft. So the new one, because I've redesigned it like this, I'll be able to turn it 45 degrees here, and then the wire will be able to come up through there. So that's I'll be able to assemble it. So I'll tell you what, I'll take this shaft off. So I'll take this shaft off. I'll leave that off. Now I've got that on. I can put the thingamabs in there and just lever this up a bit. Yeah, it's coming up. Look, see. There you go. So all the bearings are dropped out. Well, that's going to be the old one now. Oh, the bearings are still in the bottom. Oh, now they've moved. So they can't get out. So I need to retrieve the contact, so I'll pull that out. It's quite a tight fit, just pushing it in there like this. Yeah, that was a tight fit, just pushing it in, so I need to retrieve that. So I'm just going to lever it out bit by bit. Yeah, it's coming out. There you go, so that's all that now, finished, defunct. I don't need it. See what it does to the ball bearings. It's just left an imprint where the ball bearings have been pressing or spinning. There's no grease in it. So we'll keep that bit there. That one I'll just put to one side for a bit.
Delta Golf 7 Whiskey Alpha 59.
And let's just see how the printing's going. It isn't. It's doing cleaning the nozzle.
Sierra Quebec 7 complete.
Yeah, it's bringing the bed's sort of not the right temperature there. The nozzle is.
Sierra Quebec 7 Kilo
No, the
Papa
bed is.
India
The nozzle
59.
isn't. So it's trying to clean the nozzle. What's it doing now? Auto bed leveling.
Mike 0, Mike
So it's
0.
auto leveling the bed, even though I haven't changed since last time.
Mike 0, Tango
Right.
Papa Alpha.
Okay. So let's go back to this bit.
Italia Mike 0.
So I've added these since the last one.
Italia Mike 0 Kilo
Right, and
Papa
I've put this up another 0.25 of a mil to give it a bit more gap. The only thing I haven't done, so that'll be in the same place, the shaft will. But I suppose what I could do is just grease around there. But I don't want to grease anything yet. I want to see how good or bad it is before I apply the grease. Because once you put the grease on, it'll make anything work. But after a couple of weeks or whatever, or it dries out, then you're back to a problem.
Mike 0, Mike 0 again.
And another thing I thought, because these are slightly, there's a very slight gap. No, see how they just touch there. So what we'd have to do is put a fixing. Have I got the fixings? Yeah. So the fixings, to join that up to that to be sure, you can either have a wider washer or very thin metallic, and when you clamp it, it sticks over the two. When you tighten it up, it tightens up and bends onto it. So it joins that up with that and that up with that, and vice versa. But what I'll do is, I'll tell you what, let's do some continuity checks with nothing there. So on the real thing,
India Delta Delta, correcto.
do a continuity check to see if they're even touching.
India
If they're
Delta,
touching, they're touching, aren't they? Be better if there's less going on.
Roger, Italia Victor 3.
Less amount of stuff. Let's try it. So you can't see this. Well, I've got no continuity. No, there's no continuity. So I was measuring between there and there and there and that, so, and there was no continuity. So what I need is a slightly oversized washer or strip, or a strip with the ability when you tighten up the fixing. So when I tighten up, say, this fixing, the washer bends across the other one. Or I make a little tiny little joint between the two with more. I don't want to be making wires up with eyes on them, ring crimps. That's a lot of work to make all them. Don't want to be doing that. So I was hoping that they touch. So they need to touch and tighten up, but at the minute there's a tiny fraction of a gap. Fraction of a gap, hardly anything. If you have a look, it's hardly anything. Tiny fraction. Hang on, let's put them down. Can't see it. It's a tiny fraction. So maybe I was open a bit for them to be connected. They do stick out a bit at the top, not a lot, it's flush. So I tell you what, let's put, I know there's anodised on it. I'll just hold them down and see if I put some weight on there, and then see if I got continuity between two separate. Is that what? No, still none, so you can't get it that way either. Tell you what I'll do, I'll fit, now they're out, I'll fit this back in. Let's fit that back in. Oh, that's the wrong way. Wrong way, so that goes in like that. Oh no, that doesn't, it goes in that way. So
Italia, you are not Echo Alpha 2, my friend.
Right.
Please.
Okay.
Why?
So we're back on.
Dos Juliet, 5-9.
Alright, I can put the fictions back in for them too now.
Echo Alpha
If I can find them, there they are.
7-3. Echo Alpha
So we need to work out how we're
Alpha.
gonna join the two together.
Charlie Alpha 5-9.
So it needs to be like a copper strip. So it'll be, there's the fixing. And as you put the nut on, it squashes against this and the next one to it. Unless I can think of another way. Yeah, don't know. Anyway, that's something else we've got to sort out. I could 3D print these with a bit more thickness, a slightly big, so they're closer and they touch. So you have to force them. When you tighten them, they force together. That might be an idea. So they actually touch. It's not much in it. So I'd have to just get them and slightly add to the layer to bring them in.
Oscar Mike 1 Alpha November 59.
Or we have a round braid with an eye on it or something. No, I don't know. I don't want too much work. The idea is to build it, assemble it, that's it. You don't want lots of fiddly stuff, wires to make, and it just makes it just not a good idea. Too much work is not good. It's not the work. It's just it's got to keep the price down and all the rest of it. Labour is too much cost, and I haven't got time for it. So. So I'm going to have to work something else for that. I've just had an idea. So what you do is you mount, you get some strip with like tongs on them that you mount to the lid. So you mount to the lid across here like that, and when you put it on, it fastens the lid to the SO239 top, and it squashes onto it. That might be an idea. So I'd have to have a look, see if there's any such thing. What would you call that? So we'd have to research that. We'd have to look at that. Just check that. No, it's okay. It's just the. It's alright. It's put the test print over here. Did that last time, but as long as it stays stuck down, we'll be alright. So, what we're going to do now is have a look for some of this strip. We'll have to fasten it to the lid. As long as it fastens to the top lid. I don't even know what you'd call it. Let's ask ChatGPT, see if it knows the name of it. Right, I need a contact strip. Sprung loaded. Oops. Sprung. What's wrong with sprung? Sprung loaded. There's no such word as sprung, I don't know. Sprung loaded to ground a surface to another surface. Should be like a comb. See what it makes of that. It sounds like you're describing a spring-loaded grounding contact strip like a comb with individual contacts that will make reliable electrical connection, ground connection between two, so often used for EMI shielding, splash proof. Yeah, that's the one. What this part is usually called depends on application. It's typically referred to as spring finger grounding contacts. Key features. Alright. Could you find me some examples to purchase?
Sierra Papa 8, Papa India.
Right, let's have a look, see if it finds it. Yeah, so a bit of grounding stuff.
India
Right,
again.
okay, similar stuff. It's got to be a
Sierra
strip.
Papa 8, Oscar Kilo India, Roger.
So it needs to be
Roger,
a
Sierra Papa 3, Oscar Kilo
strip
India,
of
59.
strip of them
73, thank you.
that
Echo
you
3, Whiskey,
cut
Whiskey Alpha.
to size.
Lima Golf again.
Right, it's not showing,
Mike
is it?
7, Kilo X-Ray Golf.
It's not a strip. Oh, there we go. What's that? EMI gasket
Mike
shields.
Whiskey 7, Kilo X-Ray Golf.
Mouser.
59. 73, thank you.
£23.35. Jesus.
Oscar Mike 2, Juliet Kilo 59. Good luck, thank you, QRF.
Well, that's got to be the lowest res picture I've ever seen in my life. Okay.
Italia Uniform 6, Sierra Bravo Juliet 59. Bellissimo. Santiago Bravo.
The mouse one looked close. Can you find from AliExpress?
Lima Golf again. The Golf India 6.
I couldn't
Lima
find direct AliExpress product list.
Golf. United London,
Well, it's just too much
Golf
information, and
United Lima Golf, Roger.
what about from
Okay, 59, thank you.
RS components?
Sierra Victor 2 again. Sierra Victor 2, Victor Echo again. Sierra Victor 2, Charlie November Echo 59.
Oh, it's like a like spongy things.
73, thank you, QRF. Echo Bravo 5,
Mouse
India Lima
again.
Juliet 59. 73, Echo Alpha.
Well,
Echo
not
Alpha 2, Echo Juliet Oscar.
not what I
Gracias,
need.
otro
Oh
Echo
well.
Alpha. Echo Alpha, India Alpha Zulu, repite. Echo Alpha 3, India Alpha Zulu, Roger.
Oh well, we'll have to come back to that one.
Venga, signo, gracias. Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha.
Come back to that one. So I haven't got anything.
Radio Oscar Kilo again. 3 Zulu 7, Radio Oscar Kilo 59.
Yeah, we'll come back to that one. It might. I don't know.
You are fit.
So unless I try, I could try 3D altering this design very slightly. Like,
Thank you.
I don't mind printing these out again. So if I was to bring that surface there forward slightly and bring that forward slightly, just enough so it wouldn't have to be much at all. So these touch. If they touch, what they need to do is touch, and then when you tighten them up, they touch even more. So it needs to squeeze together. So on mine, I've got a tiny gap.
Mike India again.
But is that a reliable way of doing it?
Mike India 7 X-ray Kilo.
I just remembered my fixings need to be brought in line because I had to change the design of this because the ones that came from I bought from OnBuy, they were slightly different to the one I measured, or the one I measured wasn't exactly right. So I need to alter those fixings. Let's do the fixings now. Alright, there's too much going on. Way too much going on, isn't there? Hang on. Is that part of this fixing? No, it's not. Tell you what,
Echo Alpha 6, Victor Alpha Quebec, Roger.
So that's... Oh, it is part of that, but it's not showing the other bit.
India Uniform Italiano, Roger.
Right, might be, oh, I can do that. Yeah, it's part of this fixing. I can do that. Right, so I need to grab hold of...
Okay, ciao, grazie. Italia Uniform Otto, Victor Alpha Quebec.
It needs to stay where it is.
Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha. Uniform Alpha Yankee, Italia Kilo 0, Uniform Alpha Yankee.
Yeah, I need to centre it. Oh, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Unless I can work out how far out it is. Tell you what, let's leave that. That'll take a while.
Thank you,
And they're only I mean, they put in manually put in anyway, as long as it shows you where to put them. So what have I got to do then? Let's just have a look at that again. Yeah, that's okay this time, staying down. Right, so I could carry on. Yeah, carry on screwing this down. Carry on putting the wire in. So they don't meet up. Alright, so that's fair enough. That's why we build them. That's why we build them, to try them. It doesn't matter how good your 3D design is in the real world. Yeah. It only has to be point something of a millimetre out and it doesn't touch. And if it's too close you won't be able to tighten it up. So I might have to think about that. Might have to be a copper strip. A copper strip. How about a copper strip with holes in, and you just bend it round and you fasten it on the top. Small copper strip. Or some copper wire and you wrap it round each nut, go to the next one. So a wire wrap and then tighten it up. Don't know. Looks a bit bodgy, that.
Delta Hotel Mexico again.
So I don't want the bodgy stuff, really.
Delta Lima 6, Delta Hotel Mike 59.
Right, just trying to put got ball bearings loose everywhere. Oh, that's difficult to put in. Now it's very difficult to put that in, that nut, when you've... Yeah. I put the nut on before I put it on last time.
Roger, Delta Florida Bravo 59.
Got the sniffles.
Whiskey Alpha.
Oops, now the nut's gone.
Sierra Papa 6 Mexico Bravo 59.
Right,
Sierra
so
Papa
that
6
can
Mexico Bravo 59.
go on there.
Thank you, Kiwaset.
Hang on, I've set the ball bearings out, they're going. They keep rolling onto me nut.
Sierra Quebec 2 November.
They're doing me nutting.
Kilowatt Radio 2 November 59.
Alright, tweezers, that's it. Get the tweezers.
Okay, New York, thank you. Echo Golf 3, Whiskey
I
Alpha.
should put the camera down here, I keep saying that. I've got one.
Delta, repite.
Tell you what, should we put the camera down here?
7 Delta Kilo Delta 59.
It's a bit of a mess. Let's see if we can get the camera down here. Right, ready? Switch it on.
Hotel
Bench.
Delta, repite.
No.
3 Japón, Hotel Delta 59.
Right, that's not it. Room view.
Okay, buenas noches, gracias. Echo Golf 3, Whiskey
Room
Whiskey Alpha.
view. No, that's me. Bench.
India
Desktop
Romeo again.
screen. So it's got the wrong camera. Oh, I've unplugged it. It's not plugged in. That's why.
Radio 59.
Never mind. It's not plugged in. I'll do it on the next one.
Sierra Papa 9.
Yeah, I'll do that on the next one. Right, so let's get this.
Sierra Papa 9 Whiskey 59.
What have I done with it?
Whiskey Alpha
lost it
Papa
now.
59.
What did I do with that?
Hola, ¿qué va a hacer?
There's the ball bearing. The ball bearing. Now, what did I do with the nut? No idea. Let's get another one. Right. Let's try and get that on there. Gotta get it in place and then put my thumb over it to hold it still.
73, thanks, you are fit.
Right, now it's killing me. Stick it in me.
59, thank you.
59, thank you.
You from Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha. Echo Guatemala 3, Whiskey Alpha. QRZ.
Yeah, I'm trying to balance this. Why are you on that one?
Again?
I'm trying to balance it. Not easy.
Charlie again.
Over the stud.
Foxtrot Alpha Charlie. Charlie Tango 1. Foxtrot Alpha Charlie.
Right, it's on there. Can I spin it on a couple of turns?
Obrigado, QRZ.
Obrigado.
Echo Alpha 1, Foxtrot Whiskey Julia 59.
Alright, let's try and
73, gracias, QRZ.
turn it.
Mike India Golf again.
Try and balance it and get your finger on it and turn.
Hotel Alpha 5, Mike India Golf 59.
Dark there, man.
Thank you, QRZ.
Yeah, build this. You have to build this before you fasten it onto the
2 Echo 1,
stepper
Bravo
motor.
India Lima 59.
Yeah, it's not working for me.
Good luck, thank you. Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha.
It's sticking in my fingers. It's heavy with the
Sierra
stepper
Papa 6
motor on
Kilo
it.
Delta 59.
Should have took the stepper motor off.
73, thanks, QRZ.
Ow! That's painful.
Lima Zulu
I could be
1
watching
again.
the football match or the wrestling or something.
Lima Zulu 1, Victor
Chilling.
Delta
I've been to
59.
work all day. So I was doing this.
Good luck, thank you. Echo
Oh,
Golf
well.
3, Whiskey Alpha.
That's no good.
Delta Charlie 5,
Now
Radio Echo 59.
look at my finger. It's dented.
73, thanks, QRZ.
It's got a dent in it now from holding this down.
Echo Charlie 8, Alpha Victor Echo.
So I've got to
59.
somehow turn that at the same time as holding the nut still. And stop the thing falling on the desk. Balance it on my belly.
Hotel Alpha again.
Oh dear.
Hotel Alpha 5, Bravo Zulu Radio 59. Good luck, thanks. Echo Golf 3,
Right.
Whiskey Alpha.
Now my
Echo
nose is
Guatemala
itching as
3,
well.
Whiskey Alpha. Foxtrot 4 Lima Uniform.
Alright, I've got it on. Thank God.
Abierto QRZ.
Thank the God.
Echo
Thank
Alpha
the
5,
gods.
Charlie Echo, repite.
Praise to the gods.
Ok, Charlie Echo Charlie 59. 73, gracias, QRZ.
Strife. Why do I do this? I should be down the pub. Supping ale.
November Mobile again.
Why do I do this? Hang on, so that's tighten that up there. Yeah, tell you what, just go and buy one of these. Don't
No.
Don't make one. It's too much trouble.
Charlie question mark.
Yeah. Right.
No.
At least the shaft should be ready in a bit. Right, I fastened it up. Okay, so we've got somewhere. So we've got it back in, and it's flexible enough.
In the middle, Charlie and November. What's the letter? X-ray.
Don't get angry, mate. Don't get angry. It's only an hobby. Right. Yeah, that'll go around the shaft like that. Not all that length, just enough what we need. Round the shaft. You can't see. I could do with invisible hands. So round the shaft and then solder onto that tab. I love it when they say, "Don't talk. I'm not calling you. Don't keep quiet." They're like dictators, some of them. Anyway. Right, let's have a look what's going on with... Oh, it's coming on. It's coming on. It's cocooned in a waffle support material, and you have to break it out. The trouble is I can't break it out here because I pull it off too soon. It's stuck to the bed and it pulls off anyway. And I have to struggle to get the other bit off anyway. Right, so we've done a few changes. So it looks like off the bat we've got continuity. Now what I could do with is a bulb. A 12 volt bulb, about 21 watt. So I can feed power in and then switch it to the bulb. So switching the power to each of the bulb positions. And I've got to make sure that the snappies, I've got to work out the snappiness. Is that even a word? Snappiness. So it's got to go from, so if it's got to snap from here to there. So basically that ball bearing to there. Oh no, sorry, that ball bearing to there. So it's only got to go from there to there, hasn't it? So there is a null spot. There's a null spot.
Mexico radio again.
Unless you make the strip wider, so it always contacts one of them. There's another idea, which means I would have to, yeah, I like this idea. Anyway, I suppose what I should have done is look how other people do it. Really. But anyway. Okay, what's next? I'm still going. It's got 4 minutes left. Only got 4 minutes left on that. So right, anyway, so what are we doing? I don't know. So we're remaking this one. Slightly 0.25mm thicker there, with cutouts, and I've raised the whole thing here up 0.25mm to give it a little bit of leeway. Now what I would have liked to do is here on this shoulder lower that by 2.25mm. So, but I don't think it's touching there. I think it's because I pushed it so far on the shaft of the stepper motor, it's squashing it. But I think if it would push itself up. But anyway, so there's that thing.
Mike November Hotel again.
All right. This is where you spend loads of time making stuff for no time on your radio.
Mike November Hotel 59. Thank you.
It outweighs it. It outweighs it. Wonder where he is.
Go for X-Ray Charlie Victor 59, Roger. Sala 3, thanks. Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha.
Right, so I've been watching Lord of the Rings. These box sets here.
Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha.
I'm on the Two Towers. Halfway through, well, quarter way through the Two Towers, so I'll watch that in a bit. I watched it years ago, but I suffer from sleep apnea, so for 25 years I had no more than 60 seconds sleep, continuous sleep, until I was diagnosed in 2012. So I wear a mask at night to sleep anyway. So even we went to the cinema to watch some of this, and I mostly fell asleep all the way through it. After an hour and a half of trying to stay awake, it's too much. Yeah.
Roger, Golf 2, Uniform Golf 59, thank you.
I used to fall asleep. Well, I had a fever, went to see Iron Maiden at Manchester Evening News Arena back in 2002. And we booked the tickets for a year, and I got flued up on the day because we're going with a colleague or a mate or whatever. We went and we still had to go even though we're ill because we've been booking it for a year. So I was in the tier, up in the tiers, watching, and all I remember is waking up with a fever, the flu, in between odd bits of singing from them. So if they'd have had a camera, they'd have looked around the crowd, they'd have gone, What the hell is this guy's asleep, man? What the hell's going on? Yeah, so that's funny. Funny as hell. Unfortunately, that wasn't one they recorded. They did record one of them. It was the Brave New World Tour, and they recorded one, but it wasn't the one that I was at. So imagine if they zoomed in and go, everyone's on their feet jumping around, and there's me in a chair like this, fevered up, like waking up, and with sleep apnea and the flu, so not doing well at all. Anyway, let's have a look, see if we've gone any further down. What we got? 0 minutes left. There are 0 minutes, yet it's still active. That's good going, that is. Now, there's no minutes, there's seconds left. We just say finished. But it's not. Maybe the software is finished, as buffer wise, but the printer is still autonomously finishing off. Right, so that's finished, definitely finished now. Give it a couple of minutes to cool down a bit. Is he? Oh, I think I should say I can't speak Spanish. Oh, he's from Scotland.
Mike 7 again.
Tell you what, let's see if we can get him. While we're waiting for that to cool down. We'll have to set me. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna have to tune in. Let's make sure I'm on low wattage. Yes, I am. Right, let's tune in slightly off the channel there. What have I opened up for? Why have I done that? Oh, of course I know what I was doing. QRZ. Alright, so let's go and QRZ, my logbook. Wants me to sign in. Is it gonna dox me? No. They love doxing you, these things, these tools. Right, anyway, so we go on QRZ. Oh, he stopped talking now. No, he hasn't. I've moved off the channel. Right, let's put him in. Let's find out his call sign.
Italia 4 Golf Foxtrot Charlie 5-9. Grazie, QRZ. Papa Delta 1.
Papa Delta 1.
Papa Delta 1. Papa Delta 5 Charlie.
Well, let's put the RF power up to 100 watts. 100 watts. Go back to level. I would QRZ, but I don't know what your call sign is.
Mike again. Mike 0, Whiskey Charlie, Quebec, 69.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of.
Thank you, QRZ.
He's getting a lot of UK.
Mike 0, Whiskey Juliet, November, 59.
Is he going to give his call out? No, he's just doing QRZ.
Mexico 7 again.
Yeah, he's getting all the UK ones. He's probably fed up with them now.
Mexico 7, Yankee Papa Kilo, 59. 73, thanks, QRZ.
Oh, I can't log in if I don't know his call.
Romeo Delta, repite.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I won't be able to log in. There's a good one down here. Where's he gone? Hong Kong, look at that. Hong Kong. I spoke to some SO239s in Hong Kong.
73, thank you. The last call, Echo Roll 3, Whiskey Alpha.
Oh, I missed his call then.
Charlie Tangoon, repite. Charlie Tangoon, Charlie
he's a Whiskey Alpha. So he's at a contesting station.
Obrigado, QRZ.
Did you say Delta Oscar?
Bravo Kilo 59.
No.
73, thank you, Q accept. Italy Uniform 6, Eco Papa India 59. Ciao, grazie, Q accept. Z8, Golf Uniform 59.
Alright, well, let's leave that. He's getting a bit down in the dumps now.
Okay, buonasera.
It was louder earlier. Right, I'll go and grab this
Echo Alpha,
print now. I'll be back in a second. Right, I'm back. It came off complete. Let it cool down. That's what it looks like. Semi-transparent.
Echo Golf 3, Whiskey Alpha, Go QRT. Thank you very much.
Can't show you. Difficult to see. Anyway, let's part it from the waffle. So all we do is just gotta push it off. I'll tell you what, let's push it off. Leave it off with the... Let's leave it off with the... It's difficult. Just peels off normally. It's peeling off in bits. It was easier when it was bigger. Ah, here we go. There we go. It's coming away. Alright. Okay. There we go. There's the waffle. Spray the waffle away. There's a bit of waffle in the hole there. Let's get that waffle out. There you go. Got a little box down there for all the waffle and bits and pieces. Let's just go make sure there's no more waffle. No, okay. And now we've got to take out the waffle for the copper strip. There it is. And that one there. Just pulls out. Now the waffle is left inside it, and we've got waffle in the bottom where the where the shaft goes in. So I've got to pull that out. There we go. Come on, you can do it. Oh, there it is. It just fell out. Look, and there's the shaft hole. Okay. So we've got that out. Let's just make sure there's none in there yet. So we're almost there. There's just a bit where the copper strip goes now. And I normally use the copper strip to push it out. So let's get the pliers on the go. Grab the copper strip and just push it into here slowly without bending the copper strip. Easier said than done. Either that or you need something as thin as the copper strip to push the waffle out. It's slowly edging its way in. Just pushing out the copper, the waffle from the back. So I'll go a bit more in. Yeah, and there's your bits of waffle. Just keep going. Okay. Right, that's not too bad. Let's just get the last of the waffle. If we can. No, maybe we'll push it in a bit more. Release the waffle. No, it's not quite releasing. Push it in more. So if you push it in too far and all the waffle comes out, it'll be loose. Which it's pretty much loose now. Right, how are we doing? Right, here we go. Just clean off the surface there. I've just got some remnants of raft. I've got some new words going on here. Remnants of raft. Okay, yeah, we're done. Right, so we're ready to put the bearings back in. Right, so there's no lubrication on it still. I'll put the bearings back in like that. We can find them. Where are they done with them? Oops. Where are they gone? Why have the bearings suddenly ran away? Where are they gone? I'll be careful I don't shut the stream off here by accident. Alright, so we're going on it. And if it had a bit of grease in, it would help keep the bear. Where's that gone? That went on the keyboard. Yes, I always rush this bit and I end up losing all the bearings. Right, so I've got the 4 bearings. And we're gonna now try to get this back over the shaft. There's nothing loose there, so I've got to do it upside down. Right, I've got to get this angled right for the flat of the stepper motor. And I'm going to have to turn that so it's like that. And it needs to be that way up. Right, okay. I'm going to try and do it. I've got to do it upside down so the ball bearings don't fall out. And I've got to try and line it up. I don't know if that's... Oh, the ball bearings have fell out. Right, I've got to find 2 ball bearings on the floor now. And they're being ball bearings, they don't stay anywhere, they shoot off. I can see one. Right, one more. Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Could do with a magnet, really. Anyway, that's gone to Davy Jones's locker again. So I'll have to find another one. Oh, I could just put the ball bearings in at the bottom. Yeah, let's do that. So as long as I don't push that on all the way. You can't see what's happening here. I'm just going to make sure I'm pushing it on with the right flat next to the right piece. I don't think I am. Yeah, so I was pushing it on the wrong area. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Right, so I'm in. So I put the bearings. I'm going to put the bearings inside the holes. Right, so it one by one. So one there, one there. Another one over here. And we've got one missing I need to lift the shaft, lift that up a bit. This is difficult. Yeah, lift it up, turn it. Right, and then I've got to find another bearing because we lost it. So well, I've got to get one out of the bag again. Luckily, I think I reclaimed these bearings out of an old bearing off something, so I'm sure I reclaimed them. Now they're about 6.3 diameter. So let's put the last one in. So we've got that one there, so it's just this hole here that needs it. Right, we've got them, so I'll just turn the motor a little bit. That's it. Push the shaft down over top of the bearings. They're on. Okay, let's just try the knob on. See if it turns. Right, let's just put that on. Is it on enough now? Oh, it is. Is it? I haven't pushed it on all the way. Right, so what I need to do now is push it down a bit more. Push it down a bit more. Oh, hang on, let's take the top off. So push it down. Okay, what we got? That's quite tight fit. That's not bad. Okay, now I've got to work out what I'm going to do with this wire. Somehow it's quite a thick wire. I've got too much of it. So we want, that's the position for the incomer. Well, no it isn't. I actually put the incomer on the wrong one. Yeah. Oh well, does it matter? Yeah. Tell you what, it does matter. It's offset to it. Doesn't matter for this one. Right, so now I've got to wrap that round there. It's got to somehow go round there like that and then join up with the back of this. So I've soldered it to the back of that. So I've got to pretend to hold it still somewhere like that. Pretend to hold it still, and I've got to put this knob on here, and I've got to turn it without getting in the way of the wiper. Now that means it's going to have to go underneath. Oh, it can't, can it? Oh, it can, but it can't get past. It can't get past the wire that's in the way. Right, so there's going to have to be a physical stop. Physical stop there to stop it going anywhere near the wire. And then that's going to have to go underneath. Yeah, it's going to have to go underneath the copper strip. Right, so there's a big problem. There's a problem. I've got to get this wire to wrap around. Unless I cut it smaller. How do I? It's got to connect. Ideally, it's got to go all the way around. Yeah, might be a problem that. Might have to rethink that bit. This wire's quite thick unless I use something else. It needs to be in the shape of a spring, really, held in place. It needs to be spring material. Not to act as a spring, just so it keeps it all lined up and tucked away nicely. Unless I make another shaft with a flat area above it that isolates the spring, the spring leaf metallic contact from this wire. And then we'd need something around the wire to stop it. Yeah, that's quite a lot there. So it will turn all the way around like that. But you can't see it, so it will go all the way around like that to there. And all the way back to there. As long as we don't go anywhere near the wire, we're okay. So we are going to have some physical limits to stop it going anywhere near the wire. But the wire needs to be able to articulate around. Now what about if I just solder it there like that? So we'd start there, and that would be tight on there, so that would be tight soldered to there. Then I'd just, if I hold it there and then just click it back, and the wire's actually getting in the way of the back of it to some degree, and it's folding around the wrong way. So what we need to do is need to coil it around. It needs to coil around a few times or once. Coil around, and then you click it. So that's its fully clockwise position. Then we go, and then the wire's in the way. So the wire is actually in the way. Because this incomer is on the same level as all the rest, and it's quite a stiff, the solder's got wicked up the solder's wicked up this and made it more solid. I could try bending it, so I'm actually bending the wire a bit there, not the pin but the actual wire that's got it's got the contained. That's okay. Yeah, so I've formed it by pushing it up. So the wire is stiff where the solder's wicked up inside it. So I'm bending the solder, but it's holding it away now. It's held it away from the spinny bit. Yeah, so get as far as that, and then it hits the wire, but it doesn't. It only has to start from there, and it has to go all the way around to there. It never gets to that point there, so we need a physical stop in there. So what I need to do now is work out, so that's going to be the start. So it needs to go clockwise, so come all the way round. So this needs to go, yeah, it'll have to go round once, and then solder onto there. So pretend I've soldered onto there. So I might need a shroud, a little shroud at the top to put the wire around. But then it'll have to have a hole that goes through to get to solder it onto the bottom. So basically that coils around the top. I don't know how many coils I need in it. It's difficult to work it out. So you go wind it out like that. And the cable's expanding. Yeah, so from there, that would work. Yeah, that's actually working. So it opens up. So I think what I need is print another one with a disc on it. Let's modify the circuit now while I remember. Right, here we go. Let's have a look. So what we've got is we've got the wire coming out here, and it soldered here, and it goes abruptly up, and then I've got to fold it round the shaft and round again and just solder it to that. But at the minute the wire can get in the way of this. So we could do with a little shoulder on it here, a round shoulder that the wire sits on, just to keep it away from this bit. And also, I'll tell you what, yeah, that needs to be able to move with it, but we need a fixed bit. Now, can I make the stop part of the shaft? I can't, can I? No. So somewhere fastened here, this is the incomer wire, so somewhere bolted to this needs to be a piece of bracketry, plastic, that acts like a wedge. So you bolt it onto this, slightly longer nuts and bolts. We 3D print something that prevents this from going too far, but you don't want to press the contact strip against it, so it needs to be something else. What though? Now I've got. If I'm going to make a disc fit around the top to hold a cable up, can that not be? No, it can't be, can it? Can't have anything on it. So looks like HF is dead. So let's turn it off. Turn that off. Let's have a look at. See if anything's happening on 2 and 70. Right, so we've got we've got it working. We've got continuity. Oh, we'll have to get a bulb. I'll have to see if I can get an incandescent 12 volt DC bulb, and we'll put a power supply on it, and then we'll switch it round. Ideally, I could do with 7 bulbs, really. 7 bulbs that you can switch from one to the other. Save me unscrewing it. So you can switch it fast round and round and see how reliable the connection is. You need to use it as a dummy load or a load. I suppose, you know, you're not going to transmit on it, you're just going to put some power down it. Voltage, current. Right, so we've still got a few problems to sort out. So we've got to sort out how we're going to join that to that, and that to that, and that to that. We either bring them forward and rely on friction and the exactness of it, or we introduce some kind of. We could put 2 washers and then wrap a wire wrap around it. Wire wrap, wire wrap, wire wrap, wire wrap. So it hasn't got to go anywhere, it's just got to join up to join them all up. So the loop of the wire ends up back round here. So maybe a bit of solid core, tiny gauge, not too tiny, solid core wire. And just wrap it round so the tops. Now you could do it on the bottom if you wanted to keep the top clear. You could wrap it round the bottom. There's nothing going to be in the way around there. Yeah, so a nice, neat, thin, solid. I got some solid core wire coated. I'm sure I had some. I had some for making coils. Coils so I could measure current through an op amp. 10 turns on a 10mm drill bit, and then you can measure from like a shunt, current shunt. Anyway, so there's that. That's the one way of doing it, and you do it while it was in bits. Oh, you could, yeah, you know, wrap it. So that's one way of doing it. And also have to attach it to the bottom and the top. So somehow you'd have to attach it to the top and bottom. So there might need to be a hole in the bottom plate and the top plate. Hang on, aluminium. Here, a hole somewhere. Might need to be a hole that you can wire wrap onto or connect a spade receptacle or something. Yeah, I don't know. Right, so anyway, did the click work? I think it did. So it'll be nice to be able to solder that up now, temporary, and just leave it free floating. The trick is knowing how much to put on it, so it's basically got to go all the way back to that position there. It's got to go around at least once and solder itself onto there, onto that tab. And then when it's like that, if I turn it around, it's got to not unwind too much and get all the way around. Yeah, that would about do it. So I've got to keep it tightly wound when it's over at this position. So it can keep it tightly wound to there. I solder onto there. And then when I turn it, so it's tightly wound to there. Like that. And when I turn it, all the way around. It slowly unwinds. That would work, yeah. I don't need the flap. Right, okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the soldering iron back on. Switch on the soldering iron. I'm going to trim this wire now. So when it's in its home position there, well, it's fully clockwise position. I've got to fasten that to there. It's just slightly lower here, and then cut that off. I need enough room to be able to solder it. Yeah, so solder it on there. So I'm going to cut that now. Cutters, where's the cutters gone? Right, let's just cut it off. Here we go, cut. That's it, no going back now. We'll strip that back just enough to solder on to the back of that strip. Alright, so I've got that there. I'll take it over here. Now it's just touching okay there, so the strip's in the right position at the minute. You can't see, sorry. So the strip's in the right position there. Right, so I need to, it's just touching nicely there, so I could go back a little tiny bit more if I want. Let's go a little bit more, tiny bit more. Let's try and pull that through. It's difficult when it's in now because I can't press on it to push it in. Oh, that's enough. Right, so yeah, we're okay there. Right, I'm going to solder that wire. I'm going to go over here now. Let's go over here and tin the wire. Let's tin the wire. Oops, bits fell down. Shit. A bit of solder fell on my anodize. It's alright, it's the bit that's inside anyway. Where's it gone? It's lost it. Alright. Okay, let's fasten this. Let's bring that to the home position. I've got to go. I'll put a solder blob on the back of that strip. Solder blob on the back of the strip without melting the ABS. Right, got the solder blob on it. Tell you what, let's put a bit more solder blob on it. Yeah, we've got a bit more solder blob. Now I've got to wind the wire round. So we're in the home position, we've got to go round completely. I'm going to need the tweezers for this. So I need to go all the way around. Nice bit of rosin flux coming off that now. I need to go. Yeah, it needs to be soldered to there, like that. So I've got to hold that in position while I keep the other bit of wire out of the way. Enough to solder it on. Probably need the long nose tweezers for this. Shouldn't be doing this next to my £1,000 Amiga 500. Hello cat, what are you doing here? Right, now it's going to be awkward. You're going to help me, are you? No? Right, so I've got to somehow get that on there and solder it on. Not easy. Solder it on without burning the plastic off the other one. It's like doing tooth pulling. Right, so I need the tweezer to keep the wire out of the way. Right, maybe I need just the tweezers. Oh, I'll tell you what, what's wrong with fingers? Fingers are good. Here we go. Right, I'm just going to solve that on there now. Right, it's a nice solder blob. Right, okay. Right, I just need to bring the wires up a bit. Right, here we go. So we've got the wire wrapped around and soldered onto the tab at the back. You can hardly see it. And we've got to see if we can turn it so it's fully clockwise. Okay, so it's coming out there, so it's, yeah, it's probably too long. Now, I won't know until I... Right, so I could have got away with a little bit less there. So, let me have a look. It will actually go with the lid off now. Will it go with the lid on? Let's have a look. So if I pretend to be the lid... Yeah, it is actually, yeah, it's slightly too long. So I need to trim that. I do need to trim that. Unless I, yeah, yeah, it's sort of going inside itself, isn't it? Right, yeah. That's a bit of a weird one, unless I can fold that up a bit and over. Yeah, face it the other way, take up the slack by going the other way. Right, so I've sort of bent it over this way and back. Might just do it. Right, let's put the lid on and see what happens. Right, Andy Crowley, looking great. How you doing? Hi Dave. How you doing, mate? We're doing alright, I'll just say hi. Yeah, we're doing alright, mate. I didn't do a stream yet yesterday, I was too tired when I got back in. Right, so I've put the wire on, and we had this things delivered, and I've printed a new shaft off, so I'm going to now put the anodized aluminium lid back on and see if it holds it down. Now what I haven't got at the minute, I haven't got a good ground between the between everything, but what I want to do, I want to see what the click's like. So I'm just going to put the screws back in and the lid on, and what I can do is put a continuity test through the incomer to the outcomer without the ground at the minute. So I'm going to just try that now because I think it's working, and I'll have to create some, could do with some dummy low bulbs, old CB type ones, cheap ones, with just like a 12 watt bulb or something, or a 5 watt bulb, so I can screw them into these outputs and feed 12 volts into the incomer without no radio, just to see when I switch it if I get consistent amperage on the switching. See, because you can see from the brightness of the bulb. Yeah, see from the brightness of the bulb, you can almost tell if you've got good continuity or not. Right, so I'm just going to screw these up, put the knob back on, and I'll do a bleep test with the meter for now. So yeah, so that's done. Right, put the knob on. So knob's on, let's just see what it's like. The only thing I can't tell is there's no stop on it, so I don't know which one's the stop. So the stop, the coax feed is that one, so we're on the full wound, so I can go backward. Yeah, that's the last one. Right, so let's just let's put a multimeter on it, see if we get continuity. Right, let's try a bit of continuity. So I'll come in on the incomer, and we already switched to the first one, so here we go. Yeah. Now getting this to stay on. Getting this to stay on is another thing. Hang on. I'm not kitted out for this. I need to be set up for radio stuff. Connectors. So I've got my incomers coming in there. And triggers on there, so you can hear continuity. Switch it off, no continuity. Alright, so I've got, oops, all loose here. It's not good. I need a set of hands. Alright, so I got that, and I switch to the next one. Yeah. Switch to the next one. It's dropped again. Continuity. Hold it with my teeth. Switch to the next one. Yeah. Switch to the next one. Yeah. Switch to the last one, which is a bit tight because the wire's too big. It's no room to expand. It still works though. Right, so it's just working. So that could be. There's no ground though. Yeah, we've got no ground. We've got to work the grounding out. So that's the next thing. The wire needs to be shortened a little bit, about 10 mil shorter. So I need to make the wire, unsolder it, cut 10 mil off, and solder it up again. And then we need to design a stop, a centre stop. Well, an open and close limit stop. That's what we need to design next. Yeah, we definitely need the centre stop. So the does actually work. It does actually work now. Working and reliability is something else. Right. So I need to somehow design a centre stop. So we've got our incomer. Where's the incomer gone? Actually, you can't see it very good, can you now? Where's the green one? There it is. There's the incomer. It actually isn't the incomer though, because on mine it's that one. Because I took the wrong one out to solder it, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's the incomer. So I need a stop. I need to let's pretend it's this one. But I need a way of stopping this from turning anymore. And it needs to be fastened to this. Somehow fastened between there and there. And it needs to, the only thing it's got to fall onto is this, which we don't want to touch the metal strip. So it needs to have something else off this. Yeah, that'll touch onto the plastic stopper. Let's just get rid of that in a minute. Yeah, so it needs something here that will hit instead of this. Yeah, unless we build the slot out further. Yeah, we could do, I suppose. You could slide that all the way through. That's the bit you solder to. So we could have bring the slot out, and the side of the slot would be the stop, but it wouldn't be the stop, would it? So it hit that, so now it's designing something that makes it fit. So that's the feed. Alright, it's awkward. So that idea was okay. Now I can either, to join these up, I was hoping they'd touch there, but they're not quite touching. So, oh, when I fasten these down, couldn't I put something in between there? Like a little squashy, spongy conductor. No, I don't know. I don't know. Might have to just I'll think about that. I'll watch it overnight. I usually watch it different times, and I watch it back and see if I can work out a different idea. Whether, you know, so that the idea worked with the coil. Just got to be trimmed to size, so that we can work this length out. You can say, right, piece of wire cut to a certain length exactly, stripped back 3 or 4 mil, and soldered on, and it'll do the trick. Yeah. So the wire comes straight up like that, and it goes round and then solders onto the back of there. Right. Anyway, I don't know what to say. It works electrically. Probably be great as a receive antenna. I suppose you could check your SWR. Once you're receiving a signal, you could check your SWR before you transmit. You know, put it on low power, check your SWR, make sure you got good continuity. And also this thing, I've also thought about joining the two things together. So you've got the lollipop. Got the lollipop antenna. You've got room in here for the. You've got room for the switch. If I can only hold it still, you know. So you've got room for the switch in here. If you wanted to, you'd have to encompass it in something. But you got room for it, as well as the balun. So I don't know. Anyway, it's getting a bit madness now. Madness. Anyway, so I think that'll do for tonight. So we've put the wire on. We've proved that the contact strip can conduct. We haven't proved to any extent, but what I need to do is get some bulbs. Get a pack of bulbs or something.
This is G7UIV.
Somehow be able to
connected to 41729.
fasten like a bulb on there and have it light up. Put some power in straight from the power supply instead of RF, and then we can even laser engrave the black anodized, put a name on it and some legends for the different bands of antenna. Work on the switch some more, sort out the RF shielding, the grounding, and then try it on a stepper motor. You'd have to work out the step. That's the next thing. Put it onto the stepper motor circuit and watch it click around. But for that to be any use, we need to have all the bulbs lit up in different colours, maybe. Yeah, so it's an idea. Let's just see if we can screw a connector to it without any trouble. Alright, so let's get a PL. Let's see if it'll screw in. should do if I've left enough material around. Alright, so I screw that on. And that's as tight as it goes, and it's tight. So it fits on alright, yeah, it's alright. So there's enough clearance. That's a tight fit, that is. Oh, yeah, it's just a tight fit. Yeah, it's gone in okay. Right then, so yeah, I got a basis for something else. You can always take the motor off, unscrew those 4 there, take it out, put the 4 screws back on the lid, and just have a manual one. I haven't got the grounding in place yet, so I'm going to have to work out the grounding. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. I can't think of anything else for now. So now we're going to go and watch something, a film, Lord of the Rings, Twin Towers, carry on with that. Right, so that's going to be it for today. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. Let's just put this back together. Okay, yeah. Anyway, it's a project, it's experimental. It opens the doors for something else, maybe, I don't know. So we'll leave it at that. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye. Thanks for watching, I'm out of here.
Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error. The art of leadership is delegation. That information is not available. This constitutes all available data.
You know what they say. No good deed goes unpunished.